We are live in action. Welcome to the Rome Show. How you doing, DJ Flashback?
It's a great pleasure to be here on the Rome Show. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, no problem. I love what you're doing, man. I'm a big fan of DJs. I love DJs. I love what y'all do, and yeah, I love everything you're doing.
Thank you, bro.
So, where you from?
Well, based out of Central California, a city called San Luis Obispo, which is like halfway between LA and San Fran. So we're kind of in the middle between the Bay and LA. We get a little bit of both of the cultures there. So, and it's it's smaller. It's less urbanized, definitely more rural, but definitely a great community out here. The weather's fantastic. I mean, if you ever make it out here, definitely come visit.
Absolutely, sure will, bro. So, what inspired you to want to become a DJ?
Well, I guess I like to tell people that the DJing and the radio kind of go hand in hand. DJing was mostly because of my dad. My dad was a DJ back when he lived in Mexico in the 80s. And he only did it, just backyard things and everything. And it wasn't until I was like 6 or so when he was like, yeah, what they're doing on the radio, because we would get a lot of the radio stations from LA, they would bleed in. And so we tune on the radio and they'd have mix shows and they'd be mixing on the radio. And my dad was like, yeah, I used to do that, and I was like, oh, word, like, how do you do that? And with two CD players, because this is like the late 90s, two CD players, and he bought me a little Radio Shack mixer, and he's like, all right, this is how you kind of do it. And I kind of learned from there, and I guess I just took it to the next level, because it was like, once I started getting older and I started saving up for my own equipment, and then eventually that kind of led me to when I was in high school. I already had, my DJ gear, and I was DJing friends' parties and stuff, to reach out to a radio station to do a mix show. And this was an old school radio station. They played a lot of oldies, hip hop, but like a lot of 80s and 90s stuff.
Yeah.
And I sent them a demo, and the PD reached out to me, and he's like, how would you like to be on? Blah, blah, blah. And I guess the rest is history.
So, when the PD sent you that message, how'd you feel?
Well, being like 15, it was like, wow, like I did that, what I mean? But and I mean, it got me heard, and sure, it was like on a Saturday night, so a lot of my friends, it wasn't necessarily their format or whatever, but it was still cool to be like, hey, I'm on the radio, kind of like that.
And that happened at 15, right?
Yeah, I was 15.
Yeah, that's super fire, bro.
Yeah, no, I've been blessed, so.
Right. You ever heard of DJ Just, Bow Wow's DJ?
Yeah, you had him on your show, right?
Yeah, because he started when he was real young. So you're definitely a DJ legend. You do
Oh,
stuff like that at that age, bro.
yeah, no, I mean, I'm 30. I mean, so I
Yep.
guess you could say like 15 years have gone by since. And I mean, even though I'm still, I guess you could say I'm not in like a big market like LA or San Francisco. I still, love the journey so far. Like, it's been great. Like, I can't complain.
Yeah, super dope, bro. And like being a DJ and like radio, landing that job, where you could make a living off of it. That shit is hard as hell.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I guess you could say like full time. It's still technically hard because, I do the radio thing here full time, but then the DJing thing has kind of always been on the side. Like doing the weddings, doing reaching out and doing mix shows, kind of like that. So,
Yeah. So how was that lifestyle? You happy with it?
uh, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I guess I was just thinking about that exact same thing today, because I was like, man, looking back, being a kid, I guess you could say that I'm kind of living the dream. You know what I mean? Like, I get to work on the radio and say that's my full time job. Sure, I feel like I'm over, stretch because modern radio, you gotta wear many hats and everything. But I've taken those extra tasks that I need to do and try to flip it to my advantage. You know what I mean? And like I do all the commercials here for the cluster, and that taught me how to tighten my production, how to start doing imaging, start doing sweepers. And, that's actually helped, enhance my sets. You know what I mean? Like, even like my performance going out, or even like, say, uh, pulling an extra on air shift on a station that's not even your format. You then start, diving into the realm of like, all right, so what is this music? Like, alternative or like country or things like that, where it's kind of a genre that you're not really too familiar with, but then you take those little pitfalls, or not really pitfalls, but just little extra tasks you got to do, and be like, all right, what can I take away from this and use it to my advantage.
Right, super dope, bro. Love everything you're doing. If you had an opportunity, right, and say you could choose,
Mhm.
and they're doing like the biggest stadium, the biggest arena ever, like a Madison Square Garden, or like the one in Atlanta or California.
Mhm.
What artist would you pick to DJ for? And he wanted you to open up for him and DJ his whole set.
To open up for, man, that's tough, because I feel like I have like different artists depending on different genres.
Yeah.
Like, I guess if we were to say, like, let's say hip hop, somebody that I would really love to open up for, would be tight, would be DJ Premier.
Okay.
I know he's not really a big hip hop star these days, but I mean, I know he's a big hip hop legend, and I mean, it'd be dope to share the stage with him, or just watch him work, or be like, man, I opened up for DJ Premier. I guess if you want to say a little bit more contemporary, I guess, who would you say out? Like one of my favorite artists out right now. I'm not gonna lie, Ice Spice. I
Okay.
like her flow.
That'd be
I
lit.
mean, she'd be somebody. I feel like her shows would go off, and I mean, I feel like a really high energetic set would, really get the crowd going. Like, that'd be dope.
Oh yeah. Justin Bieber or Usher?
Uh, I got to go with the classics, nostalgia, man. Usher.
Okay. Okay. One more for rap. Would you DJ for Snoop Dogg or 50 Cent?
Uh, I mean, I love 50, but it's got to be Snoop, because from the West Coast, man. We got to rep Snoop, man.
Okay. And one more. Like reggaeton, would you like if Daddy Yankee hit you up, or Unwell? What would you go with?
I'd have to go with Daddy Yankee, man. The OG, the legend, man.
What's some good food spots out there in Cali?
Well, I mean, in California, I guess I don't mean to brag for the rest of the country, but our Mexican food's pretty good. Not necessarily, I would say, here where I live, because we're here in San Luis Obispo. It's very, the Hispanic community is not as vibrant as other parts of the county.
Yeah.
So there's a city down south called Santa Maria that I would recommend. Go hit up for any fire Mexican food out there. Definitely. Also, the staple is, if you love barbecue, Tri-Tip Santa Maria style barbecue. Definitely recommend you try that.
Word, super dope. Bro, what's a couple of things like on an off day? Say you wake up one day, you feel off, like damn, what's a couple of things you do to get yourself back on?
Uh, I mean, I guess it would be, most importantly, it would probably be sleep. Catch up on sleep as much as you can, because sometimes you'd be surprised what a nap can do to your mood. If you feel drained or whatever, just take a nap and wake up, because I don't know, I feel like your body just automatically resets, and you can tackle things with a fresher perspective. You know what I mean? I feel like that would be one thing. And then another would be just considering I'm so music centric, music's my life, so I would say just listen to some music. Music's probably one of the best medicines out there.
Yeah, music definitely helps too.
So, I mean, in terms of, yeah, and getting my mood around, I mean, a good song never, always helps.
Right. What's one thing that you haven't done yet with your career that you want to do?
Well, I would definitely love to work more in terms of like either media or the music industry. Of course, I know that in media, it's really hard to get your foot in the door and it's a lot of networking and involving and all that. But I mean, networking is fun. Meeting people is fun. And I mean, it's all part of the experience. And I mean, um, some of the best lessons in DJing and in the industry I've gotten from networking, like just flat out networking with people and just sitting down having conversations like people like you, man. Like that's why when you hit me up, I was super stoked. I was like, hell yeah, I'm down to chat and love chatting with creative people.
Right. Yeah, this is super dope. And once again, I really appreciate it.
No, absolutely, man. Thank you for having me. Yeah, we hope to do this again soon. I'm actually starting up a podcast now where I've kind of want to do kind of similar to where I want to get people involved from the music industry to kind of give their perspective on how it is, to a regular like club goer or music listener or even radio listener, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
also kind of integrate that with the music and kind of, have it be a little bit more interactive. So, and I would definitely love to have you on. So,
absolutely. Yeah, I'll be down for that, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, appreciate it,
let's
bro.
do it. Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. No problem. I'll definitely keep in touch.
All right, man.
All right,
Take
bro.
care.
All right, bro. Peace.
We'll talk soon.
All right.